Hello and welcome to my CPC Week 1 game for Season 5. I'm going to be trying to live record all the CPC games this season, and that includes doing team builders beforehand. Now, up against my opponent this week is 681 Shadow, the co-commissioner of the league, and he's drafted a pretty scary team with Mega Gallade, Zygarde 50, Klefki, Raikou, Tapu Bulu, Vaporeon, Drapion, Torkoal, Mantine, and Aurorus. Now, there are a couple flaws in this team, specifically things like he doesn't really have any, fast things. His fastest one, I believe, is Raikou and Mega Gallade, and then it drops all the way down to Zygarde 50. So that's a pretty big thing right there. And his rock setting options are kind of air. He's got Torkoal and he's got Aurorus, but those are the only two he's got. And neither of them are amazing versus me. Torkoal I think is better just because it can check Victini better than Aurorus can. But neither of them are amazing versus me, and I have decided to bring the following 6 Pokemon. By the way, most of these nicknames are the Latin words for things, aside from Thunderous Darien, which I could not figure out what it was in order to name it by the Latin name of whatever it was, so that I've just gone with Thor, because why not? So up first we have the Mountain, Mega Tyranitar. Now, Mega Titar, +1 speed, I believe outspeeds Adamant Bulu with Scarf, and of course outspeeds the entirety of his team pretty easily. 224 attack is so that a +1 Stone Edge should always be able to OHKO or Raikou after rocks damage. So that's pretty fun. Ice Punch and Fire Punch just give me, I think, perfect coverage with Stone Edge. I think that I don't hit anything without at least hitting it neutrally or super effectively. Or rather, let me rephrase that because I just phrased that incredibly poorly. The things that Rock is resisted by on his team, I think are hit super effectively by Ice Punch and Fire Punch. There. That was a lot easier and a lot quicker and a lot better of a way of saying it. Ice Punch also means that I don't always have to hit my Stone Edges with things like versus Tapu Bulu and things like that. So, yeah, Mega Titar is going to be a really fun win con this week. 56 HP and 28 defense mean that we can take any one hit from Zygarde if absolutely necessary. So yeah, that's the Mega Titar for this week. Next up, we have our Comfey, the Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Leech Seed, and Synthesis sets. These EVs might look a little bit weird. The 8 in Spadef is just because there was 8 left over and I thought, why not? Part of the reason for this, and the main reason it's not 208, is that I like the fact that these are symmetrical. I always like it when my EVs mean that my totals are even. So yeah, 252 HP and 48 plus in defense means that this can pretty consistently check a Zygarde. It won't be able to live a Z-1000, not a Z-1000, a Z Iron Tail, but it will be able to live a +1 version of anything else. I believe this was specifically EV'd for +1 Tectonic Rage. Although I built this team a little while ago and I can't remember every set perfectly. Kebi Berry is obviously because of the risk of Iron Tail and things like that. Z Iron Tail, I think OHKO's even through the Kebi Berry. But oh well. If that's the case, then that's the case. No, I think it might not actually, because I think we can live a +1 1,000. Oh well. Moving on, we've got Expert Belt Victini with Glaciate, Flame Charge, Blue Flare, and Thunder. We are going mainly special in this game. Same speed benchmark as the Mega Tyranitar, because +1 speeds outspeeds Adamant Bulu and can just kind of wreck face on his team. We're going with a max special attack Modest, and I don't anticipate a Torkoal in this game just because it would give me Sun, and his team really hates switching into Klefki. He's got all of 3 answers, I believe: Zygarde, Torkoal itself, and Mantine. And Vaporeon as well, I suppose, but Vaporeon's not great. But all 3 of those are hit super effectively by either Glaciate or Thunder, and 2 of them are 4 times weak to it, so not ideal. He has got a pretty massive Bolt Beam weakness, so that's something I'm desperately trying to exploit in this game. Next up we have, oh, I forgot to mention the names. This is just Flowers or Bouquet, and this is Rabbit. This is Bat, Versatilo, just specs is fine in this matchup. I decided against Heat Wave in the end. I wanted Flamethrower instead because of I don't like missing. But anyway, Draco Meteor, Hurricane, Flamethrower, and Dragon Pulse. The three types give me perfect coverage on his team. Like Hurricane and Draco Meteor hit everything aside from the Klefki, and Klefki gets hit by Flamethrower. So that's just fun. Specs Infiltrator, meaning that he can't do any sub shenanigans, and this is just going to hit hard and hit powerfully and be nice and strong. We're only creeping a max speed Raikou with this set, as opposed to the Adamant Bulu. I don't think that Adamant Bulu is a threat to this thing, the Scarf Adamant Bulu, just because, like, I don't think I have the need to justify that, because like Bulu it can only hit this thing with Stone Edge, and it doesn't. A Scarf Bulu wouldn't want to lock itself into Stone Edge here, because there's no way that Mega Tyranitar can't set up to +2 against that. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have the suicide lead of the team, which is Sash, Omastar, Weak Armor, Toxic Spikes, Earth Power, and Stealth Rock. This is just called Crustacean. Really simple EVs. I didn't put any thought into these EVs at all. Just max HP, max special attack, T-Spikes, Spikes. He doesn't have brilliant responses to T-Spikes. I know he has Drapion, which is of course a ground poison, and he does have Mantine, which is his defogging option. But equally, I don't think that Drapion is coming in this match. I don't think it does well enough. I mean, I suppose it could be a pseudo check to my Victini, but it doesn't get Pursuit, so I don't really think that Drapion is a good bring in this particular matchup. And, well, the Mantine, I don't think he would go hard into Mantine on my Omastar, because I don't think he would know that I didn't have a rock type move to hit it with, or Hidden Power Electric, which is pretty obvious to bring. I am only bringing Earth Power this game. I've debated what single coverage move I should have there quite a bit, and I decided on Earth Power in the end because I really just didn't want to give Raikou the opportunity to set up sub-CMs if he leads off with it, so that's what Earth Power is there for. Stealth Rock is there because Stealth Rock is Stealth Rock, so the order of business will probably be Stealth Rock and then either T-Spikes or Spikes depending on what his next play is. Moving on, we have the final member of the team and the ideal sweeper of the team, which is my Agility, Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, and Hidden Power Ice Thor. Thor, you all know what Thor is. We're going with 48 speed in order to just outspeed Adamant Bulu once again. Let me just make sure that I'm not completely talking up my... Yeah, I just had the sudden moment of thinking, wait, what if I completely fucked up this entire team and Adamant Bulu actually hits like 251 or something, people will notice. But no, it does only hit 259, so yeah. I'm not expecting a Adamant Bulu to come without the ability to hit this thing. I mean, I guess maybe there's a bandit set or something. But because of this, the way his speed tiers are on his team, I feel pretty safe bringing a Thundurus this slow. And he's challenging me now, which is almost perfect timing. But just because, I mean, his speed benchmarks are that weird. That's the thing. It's just quite weird. Yeah, +2, we can outspeed the entirety of his team. There's not a Scarf that he could use. And if we can get both of these up, which we potentially can against things like the Raikou, then we would be in an ideal situation. So let's go straight into this game. As he did bring the Drapion, did not bring the Mantine, so I can Spike Stack. Brought his Aurorus as probably his just Stealth Rock setup. My team is quite weak to rocks, but I honestly didn't expect the Aurorus in all honesty. Wow, Noivern looks amazing as soon as the Klefki goes down. Is Spikes or Rocks better? I feel like Rocks is better. Is it though? Like, no, it's literally Spikes is better. Measurably, Spikes is better. So turn 1 we Spike, and turn 2 we Rocks. I don't think Aurorus can Oko a Omastar from full, even with like Freeze Dry and Hail. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. As everyone's joining, so I'm going to turn off spectators. You too. Just realized I didn't say that. Comfy can put in a lot of work. Oh, this isn't even okay. Um, Spikes is better than rocks are, as he gets up his rocks first. This is fine. Net. Yeah, rocks is better. I was just considering. Ooh, he lets me get up multiple of these. This is ideal for me. I'll get up another spike here, and potentially get up all 3 layers of spikes because, I mean, I think we outspeed a Scarf Bulu with this Omastar when it's at +2. Maybe not all Scarf Bulu, but some Scarf Bulu certainly. So we can get +2 speed now. And would I rather all 3 layers or would I rather a T-Spike layer? T-Spike would be amazing if we could get it. The Drapion would come in and absorb it very quickly though, so Spikes is probably better. We cannot outspeed a Scarf Bulu, as he is revealed to be Scarf Bulu. That's pretty much perfect. I'm fine with this. So this being Scarf gives me the opportunity. Does Thundurus come in and just win? Because he's locked into Horn Leech here. Doesn't quite literally win, but we can go into Victini and we can just go straight for the Glaciate, I think, is probably my better play. Would still go into Drapion, I suppose, but I don't think that that's his best option. Point where he can survive layers of rocks and spikes because of the fact that I have got Sandstorm whittling away as much as Grassy Surge is healing him. And if I get up 2Ds, I literally win, because the only way I don't win at this exact point is if Zygarde is Scarf, I think. read my mind. But I think this might just kill. Like, this is not a weak Pokemon. Oh, came close, but Poison Jab doesn't kill me, so officially Noivern picks up the final couple kills. So yep, GG Shadow. That was a good game. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.